Tell me the man's name that starts with the letter K.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Tell me the man's name that starts with...
Greetings, humans and fellow fairy creatures. God, I hate reels and shorts. The way they loop. Anyway, it's Shovelware Sunday yet again, and this is one that Devin recommended. It was, I can't really say it was in the Shovelware 3 folder, but it was written on the folder name. So basically, he had a folder of a bunch of like smaller games that I could probably sample. I mean, you do as like a sampler stream, and then on the folder name he said, "I'll also try to play that KFC game on Steam because I think it's free." And so instead of doing it with a sampler stream, we're doing it as its own standalone stream. And I'm a little bit disappointed because I really wanted to get KFC today, but it's like 90 degrees outside and I'm just not going outside. Not for the next 3 days. So I've got the next best thing, which is some sweet tea, which you can't get any more southern than that. But what else? Yeah, I mean, Cat startled herself with a fan, just walked past, looked at me, and then turned around and jumped when she saw the fan and she walked past. Silly cat. How are you, Neri? Glad you can make it. I take it you're not working today. But yeah, so we're gonna date the fried chicken. This game is called I Love You, Colonel Sanders. Finger-Lickin good dating simulator or something like that. It's an absurdly long name, so we're just going to abbreviate it to I Love You, Colonel Sanders, which is still a pretty long name. And then people tell me that my username, Algnar's Played Positive, is too long. Excited for the stream. Good. I'm doing okay. Albeit just kind of lethargic from the heat. It's way too fucking hot. But, you know, that's the way it is. We got one more day of 90 degrees and then it cools down to 80 degrees on Tuesday. Yeah. But it's brutal up here too. Only gets worse over the next week. I'm just, as long as it's not going to be this brutal when I have to work outside on Wednesday and then next Saturday and Sunday. I think Saturday and Sunday might be like a little high. It's going to be in the 80s, which, you know, it's whatever. But Wednesday is going to be like low 70s, which is good for me. But I feel really bad for Devin because he's been working these past few days and he works in a kitchen, a very hot kitchen at that. So he just cannot escape the heat. It was so hot that it messed up our proofer at work and all our croissants melted. Yeah. Owners getting us some big ass fans. They should get you the are they getting you like figuratively big ass fans or like the big ass fans that like are literally called big ass fans? Because we had those at one of the jobs that I worked at. It was at like a outdoor venue. What's the word? Wasn't not an arena. It's slipping from me. Amphitheater. They were literally called big ass fans. I'll show you. Display. Yeah, see? That's their logo. And they're like massive things. Oh, I don't know. We just asked for some large fans and he was like, yeah, seems pretty bad back there. He showed a fan to Jeff, and he said it looked fine, but I didn't see it. Seems pretty bad. Yeah, no shit. Yeah. That's the venue that I really, I do not miss working there, because it was just... Not only was the management really bad, but also it was just brutal in the summer. Because it was mostly asphalt, and so it got really hot, and the countertops that we worked at were metal. And so they would get super, super hot, and I'm like, what idiot decided to install metal countertops in an asphalt amphitheater that's primarily open in the summer? Like, this makes sense. Did not expect this after Journey. Yeah, it's quite the contrast. This is we went from a relaxing kind of platformer game, a co-op platform or co-op game, to a very campy dating simulator where Colonel Sanders is a hot anime boy. He's Tumblr bait. They call you Neri, I think. Yeah. Pink-hatted kid is Neri. Metal counters is nuts. Yeah, it's just... The place was built in the 80s, and originally it was built for some, like, Rolling Stones concert, but the concert ended up not even happening, but they kept it open for other concerts. But, yeah, no. I don't know what they were thinking with the metal countertops. Haven't had Colonel Sanders in years. Yeah, that's the word. Tumblr sexy man. Anyway, this should open up the game. Alright, game. Hopefully the game won't be too loud. It was kind of loud when I booted it up last time, and it doesn't... Oh yeah, that's fucking loud. Oh my god, kill me. I have to turn down the volume. Turning it down for you guys, but it's still super loud for me. Look at that sexy fast food. Okay, now it gets down to a reasonable volume. Let's turn the... Well, master volume is down to like half. I mean, I think it was only the intro that was ridiculously loud. Anyway. I remember I somehow came across a list on Wikipedia of Tumblr sexy men, and Wheatley from Portal 2 was on that list. Apparently, he's a Tumblr sexy man. I also love that this was actually commissioned by KFC for advertisement, the actual product, the official product. Alright, what should we name ourselves? We gotta do something silly for a silly game. Chef Boyardee. How many letters can we fit? Chef. People paid real money to make this, and then we get it for free on Steam. That's how it goes. It's they get their money back in advertising, I guess. Taco Bell. Taco Bell. Does anybody object to Taco Bell? Or are we... Actually, I think I'm going to turn myself down a little bit. There we go. Any objections to Taco Bell? We're not going to be Ronald McDonald, Donald. If I can fit it. God damn. God, Mick. McDonald. Ronald McDonald. A true love story. They both do the same thing to my bowels, so let's go. But KFC and Taco Bell are the OG toxic couple. Yeah, but Ronald McDonald is fun to say. Okay. Okay, we'll do a poll, okay? Let's, I'll only do it for... It's gonna go for 1 minute. Meanwhile, we're gonna listen to this very romantic music. Donald. Everyone needs to vote. You can only vote once. It took away the option to cheat with plague germs. Alright. The results are coming in soon. Let's find out. Where are we going with? Taco Bell. Okay, fine. Taco Bell it is. You win this time, Devin. We've got Southern and Mexican. Oh, I forgot that I have to read. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in this moment forever. What the fuck is wrong with that chicken? What? Oh, that's an alarm. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack that clock. I'm gonna throw that clock out the window. It's way too loud. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna turn this down a little bit more because, like, that's still kind of loud for me. You slept through the school year and gave up on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders. Culinary school. Yeah, we should have put Devin's name. So I think that sound was supposed to be the alarm. I don't know what sociopath would put that sound as their alarm. But don't tempt me to do that, Devin. Speedrun, yeah. I give up. Game over already. You might not be cut out for this. Let's try that again. Okay, fine. Also, no one checked in on us. Well, we don't have a roommate, I guess, and, yeah, there's no such thing as wellness checks in culinary school. You sleep softly as, we already read this part. I'm not doing this again. Smack that clock and wake up. Anything to get that sound to stop playing. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. That's quite a name. Your mind begins to wander. Devin, you're gonna have to, since you've, at least out of all of us, you've been to culinary school, you're gonna have to tell us whether or not this is accurate to your experience. Also, I love that K-pop, poster on the wall, and you can't see it because my camera's in the way. Maybe let's see if I can move it. But there's like a chicken. There's a little chicken poster. It's like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or something. You missed one class and you're dropped from school, I guess. What do you think of the real Colonel Sanders? Would think if you saw this game? I guess anything that sells his chicken. Goodbye, Jojo. Okay. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and then you find your imagination getting away from you. You need to take this day seriously, allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking about the future. Guess I'll take it seriously, because Taco Bell says I'd better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. I'm really regretting naming ourselves Taco Bell. We should have named ourselves Devin. Ronald McDevin. That would have been even better. We should have named it Revan McDevin. Missed opportunities. I'd better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. Next route. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorized, cock jerked off. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. I better be running with that thing in my mouth, like a piece of bread, because I'm late for anime school. What did you need to get? Just what you need to get your blood flowing, and to have a heart attack. To get your blood flowing and your arteries clogged. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend, Miriam. She is the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, Taco Bell. Are you excited for the first day of our lives? Actually, because I sure am excited. A little nervous. Okay. A lot nervous. What the? It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but when I ate it, I just couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I'm a fail? Classic Miriam. Raised by MasterChef parents, she always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box. It's been clear to me that since you're the most loving, caring person I know, you're going to do great. Is she somebody that we can romance? Because I wanna romance the Colonel. I better not choose any options to romance her. Well, but with University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters. Oh, I guess that explains why missing one day of class just funked me out. I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. She should have joined theater school. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. It reminded me of that scene from King of the Hill where Bobby's kissing Luann's practice head. Bobby! Pep talk your best friend. Change the subject to school gossip. I think you can only romance the Colonel in this game. Guess we'll find out. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and she had tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet. And she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower? And the other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will in no time. Oh, sorry. I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating and you'll be delighted. You'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. Yeah, we'll be graduating in just 3 days. Day 3 of our 3-day semester. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves beginning to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. She's got turf bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? Oh yeah, you cut them yourself and in the dark. You can definitely believe it. I wonder if we'll finish the game. I guess it's only an hour and a half long. Yeah, that's about as long as Journey was. I cannot believe it. I guess it also depends on how fast you're reading. It's a lot of reading. Before you get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when somebody smacks your book and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hand and onto the ground. Very important that they mention that they are custom engraved measuring spoons. Very important detail. Hey! It's Ashley. Oh my god, that is no, it's Ashley! That is a tragedy of a name. Tragedy. Your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. David. Ashley, what is this, Ashley? Tragedy, exactly. Girl, you got she got boob window in her chef's jacket. I hope she spills hot oil right there. Right there. Oh, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there. Chicken Shins. Nice name. You leave Taco Bell's shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. Ugh. You can't stand Ashley. Ashley. Her name is annoying. Yeah, it is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. Ashley. Visual novels are so interesting. I remember the first time I played a visual novel, one of my friends who, ironically enough, his real name is Zaid, but I call him Doc. He had me play this one visual novel, and I didn't realize what it was. I was, like, going through the text, I'm like, okay, so when's the game gonna start? I just thought it was, like, a really long cutscene, like Radia Stories is in the beginning, but... And then I learned what visual novels are. It's not chicken thigh highs. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man-Man. Has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight that you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. There's something about the way he looks in those tight-ass jeans. It just really pisses me off. Van? It's like Moon. Girl flexing his ass. You rang. Oh my god, this guy looks like JoJo. Is this JoJo? Is Van JoJo? You rang? You've never been so sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. They're doing the sex. They both got their titties out. It's a JoJo reference. I bet it is. Looks like you with a tiny head. Wait, me? Wait, you said, who looks like who? You're saying I look like Van? I believe that because your cam is over the body. Wait, what? Oh, I see, sorry. Yeah, I have to... Sometimes I forget that there he is. He's flexing. Now I can be, Miriam. Or this bitchy chick. Yeah, I'm Van. Hang on, I have to, flex. We have to... There we go. To start Pompadour. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. Sebastian, how's the mustache? Very pathetic, sir. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off. So you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. See you later, losers. A child. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Did he shit himself? Oopsies. I think it's broken. What's broken? Reach forward and easily pull the door open. I need to know what that poop noise was. That should do the trick. I love you! I think you mean thank you? My name is Pop. It's not soda, it's Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. As a parent, you'll be asking yourself that question. Welcome to Costco, I love you. This child will grow up to work at Costco. He'll be a Costco greeter. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly lists Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. That's hilarious. I have to wonder... how this translates into Japanese. Some of these things. Hi, Pop. I'm Taco Bell, so... Are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? He's like half your age, kid. I think it's just you. Like, girl, you're like, what? 8? I don't know how old she is, but... That child was definitely a child. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure of where to sit. Other students wander and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. This is a math class. I don't know who that is on the wall. That picture of the black-haired fellow. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium in front of class. Adorable. Yeah, you told me about this, Devin, that the teacher is a corgi. Sprinkles. His name is Sprinkles. Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Well, at least he's bothering to abbreviate. What kind of kitchen allows a dog to work in it? Seems unsanitary. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and a little fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. You are adorable. He's got toe beans. Look at his toe beans. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Dogs will eat, like, snots and or they'll just eat anything. They don't care. That's the kind that teaches you to make KFC. Yeah. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as the swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air in the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. There he is. The man, the myth, the legend. And he's got very, very thick eyelashes and glasses. You're immediately swept up with the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. Oh shit, it's the KFC himself. Now I'm him. Oh, my camera's over his face. It's him. If it is my favorite student, Harland, Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow as you feel like everyone is looking at you and you're not entirely wrong. Yeah, now I'm the KFC. I have to move my camera down just a little bit. There we go. How does it look? Do I line up perfectly? Okay, I'll stop that. Excuse me, but have you actually attained a rank in the military? He's like Captain Crunch. You know, it's just a name. And this over here must be a sweats a lot. Maybe we should open that window before the faucet pits melt into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when Taco Bell sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. That's not creepy at all, Miriam. You take a moment to clean yourself. Well, I guess I don't have a choice. It's a good thing you didn't forget about the deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Yeah. I'm really feeling it. This is like a 4D game. It's one of them 4D games that you feel in real life. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood. There will even be adorable tiny food. We're gonna put the blood in the KFC. We're gonna mix it into the batter for the chicken and the mashed potatoes. University of Cooking School. Yeah. It's a bit of a name, isn't it? And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone is having a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my third year in the school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Why is he holding his hands like that? Looks like he's typing, but does no one remember me? You're out of him, blast him out of the plate. Mr. Burns posture. Yes. You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. It's a very angry dog. Even Clank made it in here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to the student Sprinkles. You turn to the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Oh wow, so they're serious about sleeping in. That's why I got kicked out. The class burst into laughter. I never knew culinary school was so cutthroat. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks into the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You try to butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? A beef treat, a chicken treat, or a rubber ball? One of these is not like the other. Choose the rubber ball. Reach beneath your apron and return it with a rubber ball in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he walks onto it. Spot, gotta be beef because we're taco. No, we're going with rubber ball. You toss the ball and he bounds after it, grabbing it in his mouth and swings it from side to side before dropping it. The thrill passes quickly. It's not clear if that endeared him to you or not. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only two options remain. Hey, Taco Bell, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me if you're interested. Two options, but which one will you choose? I gotta sit by the Colonel. He's gotta teach me everything. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn, and his desire for other things. Thanks for offering me the seat. I've only had two rules. Do all you can and do the best you can. The only way you'll ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. A little off topic, if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling at point B... Oh my god, we're doing calculus? In culinary school? If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it for you to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. How will this tell you if I can cook? Yeah, I don't need friends. I just need boyfriend. Devin is bringing you back. Devin is bringing you back. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to feather. That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A comically oversized fork, a meat tenderizer, or a spork? They're really gonna mention the spork? Like, sporks are terrible. They try to be both a fork and a spoon, and they accomplish neither of those tasks. But I think that's the answer that they're looking for, but it's not true. It's not true! I have metal sporks. I like my sporks. I don't like sporks, because, like, they don't function well as spoons, and they don't function well as forks. What is the best for a broken heart. Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat. Pancakes that look like a silly face. That's right. Is Sprinkles a good boy? No, he's a talking dog at a culinary school. He is the best boy. That's right. Perfect score. 5 out of 5. Yep. Wow. Be honest. Did you cheat? Did you look up? Did you look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score? He's impressed. Aren't sporks the things that bring babies? Sporks. Storks. I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. I'd love to eat it. Hot diggity Taco Bell, you just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice of a restaurant you've ever eaten. Makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? He doesn't even get a name. His name is just Student. Is it about lunch? No, I just want to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Maybe I should give him a southern accent. I'm not very good at it. It's also kind of hard to keep up with who's speaking. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shh. Lunch. She said shh. In honor of the new semester, I've prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this... Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. That's supposed to be popcorn in there. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years I have developed a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But all I'll say about that. That's all I'll say about that. What, you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just, drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is, poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. I'm just gonna move my camera again because you have to see his face. You have to see his face. Alright, here we go. You've seen it. You wait to see what a zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just, like, writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. Yeah, that's what we call borderline personality disorder. She realizes that she is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. It ain't gonna happen. Oh, please. Well, Van, the man, if you don't want any. I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please follow my classmates. Dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate in this moment. Try to identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim towards the light. I'm gonna die. Okay, this one I really want input on. Should I focus and meditate? Should I think about Colonel Sanders' heart? Or should I swim towards the light? First person to answer gets it. Swim towards the light. I'm gonna die. Somewhere up ahead, a bright light beckons you. The flavors are so intense, you become wrapped up in them, unable to resist. You reach towards the light. It grabs your hand and pulls you closer. Closer. I have had a heart attack and I have died. Until your fingertips connect with every end of everything. You are forever lost in the land of tender, fried chicken bliss. Your mind dissolves. There is no Taco Bell now. There is only herbs and spices. Though Miriam tries to revive you, she cannot. Oh, I knew it. I knew I was gonna die. I had a heart attack. Just popping in to say hi before I mute again. Hey, Catherine. No worries. Thank you for the work. Chicken gave us heart attack. Try again. Oh, God. Okay. Is it going to put us all the way back at the beginning? We need those multivitamins. Okay, we're just going to zoom through this text. Alright, so we're not going to swim towards the light. Alright, so I assume that the correct answer is to think about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. So that's what I'm going to do. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavors. Leave me alone with the flavors. Alone with flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Taste my chicken, baby. You approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I was wondering if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? He's like, oh, I'm not handing over my secret recipe. Haha, how bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open up a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. He's got a little bird on his staff there. Where'd you get that staff? He pulled it out of his ass. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'll be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got two more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient. But you can't tell. I use beep. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. The secret is blood. Wow. You've never guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say, the biggest. I will leave my mark in the world, and you can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Let's say, neg him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea to add an additional green ingredient to spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. Be modest. Though I am kind of curious what would happen if I neg him. But I want him to like me. Well, oh, he got hearts. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. You gotta butter him up. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery, it was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Taco Bell. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. Butter him up like a biscuit. We should head back inside. Next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no. We have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? I don't know if success is the word, but stoners will like it at least. Yeah. You can get it at 3 a.m. Get 3 a.m. Taco Bell. You're not going to blow anything, except maybe because it's the crowd of fans. You're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. You gotta jump his bones. Jump his chicken bones. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is. Me and you, if that wasn't clear. We suck as friends. Yeah, there wasn't even an option to pair up with her. We just totally blew off our friend. Our best friend. Want to be my partner? Aww. Sure, Taco Bell. I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep bop. Oh my, two potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Why, she's an adult, she can make her own decisions. Don't you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Choose the robot? Yeah, we're gonna choose the robot. Sorry, Pop, we don't like you. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. He looks like Wally. And he's got a little chef's hat that you can't see because I'm in the way, but you see that he's got a chef's hat up on top. It's adorable. Alright. It's okay, I already ate. Oh, he's such a good sport about it. I feel bad for turning him down. He kind of reminds me of Gantz. Except much younger. I think he's a pressure cooker. Yeah, he might be. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Tissue? I hardly know you, haha. Clank judders and the panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. She's gonna fuck the machine. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island, and it takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you want to suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare. Seems easy enough, it's fancy and you don't need to cook it. Maybe we should make some pork tartare or chicken tartare, and then we die of E. coli or something. Yeah, he looks like a restaurant pressure fryer. Clearly mashed taters. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. We know what the correct... It's so obvious what the correct answer is. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. And gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts... I feel like I should move my my camera, because he tends to be on the other side. I'm just gonna move myself over here. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you and causing your whole face to get beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Sanders foaming at the mouth. Gravy! Looks like things are getting pretty fresh. There's no good place for me to be. Fuck it, I'll just put myself back to where I was. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? Looks like we're cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you'd better keep your fingers off my man. Did someone call for me? Ugh, no, geez, Van. I love the heavy metal music starts playing while I'm over here crushing Taco Bell's dreams. You're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Slow heavy metal music starts playing. Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes, and he tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Howdy there, Ashley, Van. Are we working as a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no, looks like Taco Bell is struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is, these young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you'll be able to get up on my level. Haha, doubt it. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, Your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. If you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows, don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together, like a thigh and drumstick. It just makes sense. It's like battle music playing. Nothing about this makes any sense. But one thing is clear, she's coming for Colonel. If you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time with me. Turn to me where I am, your bestie forever who always has your back. I gotta turn to the hunk of hunks. I'm here to learn and express myself via cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners are chosen at the beginning of class, so let's respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Taco Bell as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say that you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Taco Bell's natural talent or the loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. Kind of random, but I feel like Hank Hill would really dig Colonel Sanders' can-do attitude and, like, moral compass. Mr. Sanders, you're a good businessman. How would you feel about using Strickland propane to power your ovens? Your power pressure cookers. He looked for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into perfectly creamy mashed texture. With your hands? Yeah, she must have been really pissed off to do that. With plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy smothering your nearly finished potato dish. He mashed hot-ass potatoes out of our hands. That's how mad she was. That's how pissed. Gravy flows down the mounds of potatoes, and the result looks spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds the spork out to you. You reach out and grab a hold of it, but it doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and in that moment, all of the madness and pressure in the crazy world stops. Okay. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together you dig the utensils into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then the heavy metal music starts again, and then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the spork full of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will we ever be able to cook something with this much love and integrity? Hold on right there, Taco Bell. We do not waste food in broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I has potatoes face? Can I has cheeseburger? Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. What the fuck is that? And it's on an axe. It's on a That's not even a battle axe. That's an executioner's axe. It's only on one side. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus with my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle axe. Yeah, it's battle. Well, actually, that's not a battle axe. That's an executioner's axe. Battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef's ancestors. Where to get an axe? He's a JoJo guy. How'd you get that into the school? This isn't an American school. They don't have security. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will look at it with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite out of his signature dish right off the plate. Is that one tentacle? That's not a meal. Yeah, it's barely anything. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed. It may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Ooh. Sprinkles is about to barf. It's gonna spew. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him. Oh my god. He's a ghost. And for some reason, he's got telephones in his eyes. Oh no, those aren't telephones. That's just his eyes. So it's okay. He didn't even have a name. He was just called Student. It killed him. Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You know, this kid is gonna be this student is gonna be in the next Chubby Emu video. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slipped up into Pop's mouth. Oh no. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, and then is almost immediately back onto his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison. I imagine this kid having the voice of Ralph with him. He's like, I'm about to die. What happened, what's going on is that JoJo guy cooked some tentacle and it went bad, and now everyone's going to die. Everyone that ate it anyway. The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd as they are motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everybody back into reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things despite obvious danger has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. He just does not care. Nothing phases this child. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Start asking for a pension. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. There's a lot more death in this game than I would have expected. Yeah, me too. This game is all over the place. I mean, I knew it was going to be crazy, but not this crazy. All right. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow, and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me of why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you've developed feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Taco Bell? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there! There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef in the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working towards that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up! I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? It's not important. Somewhere in the distance you hear a long sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The spork monster is here for a fight. Is here to fight a hero. What the hell? Where did that come from? Bam. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting my guard down and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. You said it, Colonel Sanders. Be afraid, be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Oh god, what the fuck? I think this game got this crazy. Somebody dies, or first I die. No, first I get expelled from culinary school, then I die, then somebody else dies, and now we're fighting the spork monster. Attack. Defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you choose? Trepidation. You close your eyes tight, but then open for one, just long enough to squint and see the spork monster across the battlefield. For some reason, this makes you feel more prepared for what comes next. Spork monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy on you. You take 1 damage. Fat lot of good that defense did. Attack. Decide to go on the attack. Cook with love. Shout down. Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork monster won't forget this. Spork monster focuses their mashed mind and draws energy from the Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will he respond? Attack. I'm just gonna go on the attack. Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork monster is no quitter. He buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack once again. Spork monster uses utilize tensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Buffed up. No one can use this control as much as buffness. You start to be bloated, and quite frankly, a little gassy. You'd better attack soon, or you're likely to explode. You decide to go on the attack. With love. Let's see what happens when we chow down. Chow down took 2 damage. A powerful blow. Spork monsters oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork monster prepares its ultimate attack. Rounded edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Bringing out the chicken, the chicken staff. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Hot pie power pinch! Holy shit. Hot pie power pinch does 10 damage. Spork monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured spork monster spews steam into the night. Get mercy, finish him. You saved me! No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. The monster messed with the wrong chef. Attack. You ready your final attack. You'll never survive my... Student! Student debt loan destruction! Student loan debt destruction does 10 damage. Fork monster is completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. You continue to surprise me, Taco Bell. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection is so much more. A book of magic spells with golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko? That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle blows, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you completely fades away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes before you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it out without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dreams... am I gonna die again? In your dreams, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. You awake on day 2. That was only the first day, oh my god. You wake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions that you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you about, right? Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Oh, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like? I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. I just want him... I want his I can't even make a sexual joke about a power cooker. There's no way I can do it. Double date 1. We've got to talk after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most... Excuse me. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at the school, and he didn't even go at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode into the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in Pressure Cooker's language translation there. Either way, maybe it's best if you took it slow with the new boy. Like I am with Colonel Sanders. Yeah, we're taking it slow. We've only been dating for a day, and I'm ready to tell him my feelings. You and Colonel Sanders, the cool guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, you're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday after fighting that monstrosity. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders could be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. What if he's not into me? Why did he tell me one of his... Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. Secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some, to show me what he meant. He said he was a powder creator. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals. It was anthrax. And that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Oh god. Did he ask you to suck his chicken bone? Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I had ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both shared an interest in cooking. So we've stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about these new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. And besides, I only know one ingredient, so I doubt it would be much use to anyone. Fibber. Please, please, please. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? Tell her the ingredient. Just make up a fake one. She's totally a fake friend to make me go against my new boyfriend that I've been dating for one day. I will not betray the Colonel. No, thank you. You quickly think of a fake ingredient. I don't know. How about it's time? As in, it's time to stop asking me these questions. It was Eye of Newt. I know it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow. Hose before pros. Yeah, exactly. Not the other way around. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity, and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. Probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in, cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Run to him. This one's tricky. I guess I could run to him. I don't want to spook his horse, though. I'm gonna spook his horse. You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and the Colonel Sanders are, would be to run to him. Look at this, and now back to me. Now I'm on a horse. Look at your best friend. Now back at me. Surely he'll sweep you onto the back of his stallion, and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel! However, your sudden movements surprise the horse, and it rears up and kicks you directly in the face. The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision. Ooh, Taco Bell, I'm here to deliver you a message. Not this guy. It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end. So you know it's serious. You have been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And his name is Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. And that name is... But before he can continue, you suddenly awake. Aw, jeez. You awake and find Colonel Sanders tending to you. Death by horse. he roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices? Or is that just his natural seasoned musk, complementing the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes? We need for a kiss. I'm gonna go. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I've known him for a day. Are you really sure? I guess he must be. You put your arms around Colonel Sanders' neck and pull him in for a kiss. But he turns his face. You awkwardly kiss his ear. You can feel him shudder. Oof. Too soon. You clearly mistook his compassion for love. Your soul crawls inside of itself, and you instantly die of embarrassment. Oh, damn it. Okay, try again. Yeah. I was a little too forward. You wake on day 2, attempt to process. Oh my god, it took me all the way back here? Alright, I just gotta zoom through this text. Because we already read it. Horse didn't like us, but that embarrassment did. Yeah, the horse didn't kill us, but the embarrassment did. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. And then he slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Whoops. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful butte you have. What a horseful butte you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, Taco Bell. Taco Bell just gets nervous around people they like. What? This is not helping. They got food poisoning and they were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into school, waving you and Miriam behind to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. Are you winning, son? I died a few times, Ad. Or a couple times. And then a student died from getting food poisoning. But other than that, I think we're doing pretty good. How are you doing? This game is extremely wild. Like, counterfeiting recipes is bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients, bad. Experimenting with summoning a demon, bad. You try to get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulders, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own beeswax, okay, honey? Well, I had to see what this was about. It's a visual novel. It's a dating sim about KFC. Tell them to stop act like you're not interested in them, but really try to get a closer look. You immediately dress the rivals down for their immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everybody's time. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you are the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if you ate it, or if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. I don't know if I said that correctly. Did you name yourself Taco Bell? Yes, it was Devin's idea. I should have named it, Revan McDevin, but, as in like Ronald McDonald, but, Opportunity missed. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the sport monster. That's the same book I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. The book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. Ronald McDonald, Colonel Sanders. I wanted to name him Ronald, or I think it's the protagonist is a girl. I wanted to name her Ronald McDonald, but chat, we did a poll and Taco Bell won. The way it goes sometimes. Pro tags can be whatever we want. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing, hee hee hee. Before you can dig any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Romp. Who do you think you're talking to? You've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. I've never heard such language. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come in are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats an eyelash at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got a lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. That Freudian slip, though. Students, take your seats. I would die for Sprinkles. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning class chasing cars all around town, but my tiny legs are very, very tired. I'll be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm here right now. I hope you're ready to learn. You try to give Sprinkles a pat on the head, but he snarls at you. Sorry. I get a little worked up if people try to pet me before I've had my morning coffee. Let that be a lesson to you. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly you do. Which is why in 1776, the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name, but you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to Sprinkles, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Taco Bell? Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item should you sample? Dog biscuit, glass of water, or shimmering pepper? I'm gonna do a shimmering pepper. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so you naturally reach out and grab it and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. Uh-oh, I'm dying. Pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. You feel like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, ooh. This guy again? You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is, as I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... As spicy bean boozled, yeah. Sorry, I think I still got some spicy stuck in my throat. It's fine. It'll work through. To fulfill The prophecy. You must. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Aw, man. You come to and find everyone staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. Well, why did you offer it to me, you dickhead? You think to yourself, geez, I should be paying better attention. Why would you put that in front of me if you didn't want me to eat it? We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via time competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics for these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time, step up, and tell them you're on. I really don't want to, but they're gonna make me do it anyway. Never thinking a competition with you two? Yes. Yes. Well, not with me. I'm on a personal journey to learn to love. To learn to love? Sure, why not? But definitely not to constantly battle. Yeah, stop getting at your genres crossed. Don't you have some portable monsters to capture or something? It's like one's a JoJo reference, the other's like a Pokemon trainer. I need to eat if I'm going to have the energy to sustain my education and pursue my dreams of being a master chef. Why is the last pepper in the hands of culinary school and not having its seed saved for planting? That's a good question, Devin. Maybe wasting KFC with crack here. Kentucky Fried Crack. How are any of us supposed to get anywhere if we're constantly fending off challenges from everywhere, from every know-it-all with an apron? Besides, I already brought my own lunch. Taco Bell, you should have it if give you the energy to succeed. Miriam reaches out and presents a gift to you. I'll make some mac and cheese for lunch. My special grilled cheese and tomato soup, with special milk to wash it down and a tartlet for dessert. That looks very good. I wish it was bigger. It only takes you about 5 seconds to eat Miriam's tiny food, but it's just what you needed for motivation. That's her. It's tiny because that's her specialty. She likes to make cute little tiny foods that don't provide any nutritional value. Or barely any. You know what? I learned enough for today. Let's battle. Just as things start to reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Sportsing court. Mirroring the class is dying from starvation. Finally, Lil says, you breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. Oh no, timer ready. Just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Was that necessary, Sprinkles? I stand corrected. If it's a battle you want, that's a battle you'll get. My bestie and I can best the best of him. Best believe it. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself, with my boob window. You had his chicken and made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1, and now you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Oh shoot. Always poison. Wrong. Oh no. What are you thinking, Taco Bell? Get your head in the game. You're going to need to season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sandals' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say you used? 11. That's right, you may not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Do not question Professor Sprinkles. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most fresh? Gratitude. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Water boil it. You sound right. Yeah, like, none of the answers sounded correct, but I don't know. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditated on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy. Where does it come from? That's right. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. It's a lot hotter. Oh yeah, 100C is right. Arroo! My god. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? That's wrong! Oh no! Don't make me get the spray bottle! Next question. You notice the Colonel Sanders is out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Taco Bell. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to traditional... Oh my god. You're stranded on a desert island with one desert. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focusing on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot the question. I hate this. What does that have to do with crafting chicken, spectacular fried chicken, and delicate baked biscuits? Woof woof. You're struggling to keep up. Next station. At the next station, Ashley has already begun to plate elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. It's time to make up. You toss your biscuit dough into the stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in the kitchen battle. Sometimes that means sacrificing personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Taco Bell does. And a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. And don't get that far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer and rescue the dough before it's overmixed. Taco Bell, no! But you're not fast enough. Your hand gets stuck and immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way for you to be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing right now. The battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Oh, that's too bad. I'm here with the completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No. It would not be fair to compare two on account of Taco Bell's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he walks onto the dish. Yeah, that hand's broken now. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you've prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to the dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story. I was going to ask Taco Bell to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away and reveal the ingredients hidden within. It's an octopus tentacle. Inside you find a delicate fried cheese croquet atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his fingers into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you, hee. As he places the sauce-covered fingers on his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. Don't you get between me and my man! You reach out with your apron and to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Where's this fancy BS? Where's the mac and cheese? Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Oh, what did I do wrong? This sucks. Okay. Alright. Stop wasting my time. Time for the right timer. That's right, how would you even gotten to school without knowing that? Okay, I gotta answer these questions correctly, so I'm gonna be concentrating on that. Finger-Lickin. Gratitude. Oh, try to shop noise. Oh, what? Walking for Colonel Sanders' love. Okay, so I think all three of those options were supposed to be wrong. I'm not really sure. Ruin the food. Internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burns so intensely with your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, then they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried eyebrows, you run to the plot to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. Yeah, holy shit, that's some, like, next level, catastrophizing. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. Okay, so... yeah. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Don't you think I never failed at anything before? I'm gonna fill your fryer with my dick. I was about to say. That's exactly what I think. Then, well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. Oh my god, this guy is so full of himself. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. And that was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I think that was actually true of the real Colonel Sanders. Like, he was, like, in a few other trades before he actually got into cooking. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to offer. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. A new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. He was a pregnancy doctor. I don't know. I think he. Maybe I'm misremembering. No, I think he said. What was the word? It began with an E. It wasn't an O. You might be thinking of something else. I think it was like something that works with horses, right? I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. It's the Spork Monster! A battle-scarred from the night before. You prepare for the worst. Gorko, the Spork Monster is here to fight a hero. Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night. That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge him. Borbo. Borbo from my TV shows. Are you stronger than Borko? Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask? Colonel Sanders smirks. He is already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily. I don't think that you have much of a chance, not to mention I really feel guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think what Taco Bell was saying is that, can't we just be friends? Life is too short for making enemies. I suppose we really don't need to fight. It's just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws. All the better for enjoying tasty food. Surely you don't like to eat. Surely you like to eat, don't y'all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes you when you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this. You toss a biscuit into Gorko's mouth. Gorko's open mouth, and he devours it in one gulp. The quickest way to a man's stomach is... No, the quickest way to a man's heart is through a stomach. That's how you kill them. Delicious. Finally, some good fucking food. You're much nicer than the evil students who, once upon a time, turned me into this creature who stands here today. I don't believe it. You were human once? Apparently, this game has a ton of different endings. In true visual novel style. I'm kind of curious about that. I love you, Colonel Sanders' true ending guide is a real phrase I read. He's a locker, ended after he got into a fist fight with his own client in court. Is that true? I would have... Oh man, to be a fly on the wall when that happened. and you thought Luke Kyra was crazy. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a Chihuahua. But I was still a student at this school until one day. Some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me. And I was forever transformed. Was the client that Colonel Sanders got into a fist fight with, by chance, this Spork Monster? Well, no, I was a Chihuahua, but I was still a student at the school, until one day when some mean kids put with a magic spell book, cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book? Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way we lost it. If you ever find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark, evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. If it sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, Taco Bell, together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite, but you can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. It must be... But it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Colonel Sanders' home, surrounded by things, you start to feel a special bond with it. Nice rustic cabin. And he's got the candle and the romantic candle going. It looks like you lived such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. As long as I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop looking, never stop imagining. Have you ever Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there's something, it's just a little side dish that I've been tinkering with. Trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish he might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it secret just for you? Yeah, we'll reveal it. You decide that you're as ready as ever to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. But before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. He did deliver babies as an amateur obstet. Oh wow, interesting. According to his biography, yeah, I can't find any more details about the brawl though. Dang it. Where's a court reporter when you need one? Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. But apparently he lost a lot of jobs because he would get into fights. That's hilarious. Yeah, just punched my client today. Hey, Macadamia. He would offer to make him some more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Colonel, please give me the mac and cheese. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Oh, cool. So are we gonna... He had a mustache as a baby. A mustache and a goatee. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From a goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that he must be Colonel Sanders himself. I too had a goatee as a baby. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Tap on the item. A photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered his secret herbs and spices. So is he young or is he old? One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. No, they're not. They're just standing there. None of them are holding... yeah, they're not holding drumsticks. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. Why is he an old man, though? It's like it's like, I'm gonna look at this picture of him from long ago when he was an old man, but he's young now. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. You take a closer look at the urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe off, you can read the inscription. Here lies the ashes of my past careers and business failures. Devin, you should do that anytime you burn food. Which doesn't happen often, but, you know. Poor guy. This must be where he kept his secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to the Colonel Sanders, then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Here lies Squidward's hopes and dreams. A scented candle. Oh. Well, it doesn't say what scent it is. It's probably chicken. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? It's one of those man candles. It tastes like sport. Piece of wood floating in a lake. Summer of 69. No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's blank. Tap on the item. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein just isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. It's a chicken. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting in the corner of the table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when he was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, the true state bird of the great state of Kentucky. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You try to give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they mean? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh god, I'm gonna die. We're a creep. Is this the mac and cheese? You forgot to take it off. You decide now what your moment is and make your big move. You tell him that you're cold. Fess up and oh god, I don't know what I should say. Apparently back when Sanders was running a gas station, he made a couple of buddies, also got into a gunfight with a rival gas station owner. Dude, this guy just threw hands. What should we say, guys? Which option should we choose? Tell him we're cold. Saw that too. Okay, we'll tell him that we're cold. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and I thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fireplace. Why don't you come a little closer? Suddenly everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving the Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Taco Bell? I honestly think it might be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk way into the night and drift off into a somber dream sequence. Zzz. You awake to a beautiful morning on Colonel Sanders' hideaway. You make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Do I have enough affection points? Today is the day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, blank isn't even legal. Is it horse meat? But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted with Colonel Sanders. When Colonel Sanders emerges into the room, he's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast with your mouth waters on the side of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. We got a piece of fried chicken and a buttery biscuit. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. He could be the world's greatest gift to cookery. Take him down a peg, flatter him. I just don't make fried chicken for breakfast, but okay. He's trying to feed us. He wants to fatten us up so that he can kill us and butcher us. You know, I think we may... Okay, that was a good choice. We got the hearts. You know, I think we might be a great team. Seems to be into that. Yeah, he really likes having his ego stroked. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school. After all, the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning awaits. Waits for no one. They were business partners. Right, you get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. I don't know if Taco Bell is the right partner, but stoners seem to like it. Business partners zoned. Yeah, good one, Ed. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I climbed inside of the pressure cooker, and we had sex. I've been so desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something bad happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. Okay, so they didn't, but he was just interested in spending some one-on-one times together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know a little metallic guy. She's into metalheads. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. How does the pressure cooker go skydiving? Did she just say skydiving? Is that a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however, bottling up the details of your own night it's just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection was wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. I don't know why that was an option. If it was the only one. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agreed to go your separate ways. Oh my god. She goes on a date with on a skydiving date with a pressure cooker, and she has the gall to judge me for dating Colonel Sanders. You arrive at school and encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell it from a distance that they're picking on Pop. Though he himself might not quite grasp the fact. Yeah, he's a little slow. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one up right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Hee. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. Oh no. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you dip on someone your own? Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school? There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Taco Bell, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words. I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives as it appears that things are about to close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. The broken hand, please take us to a doctor. No. At least to the school nurse. Everyone is excited for your final day. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Taco Bell. How's that hand feeling? I'm sure you're back to fighting Foreman this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hand, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Taco Bell. I'm more than capable to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more about your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine arts of food. See you inside, Taco Bell. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by the interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's that book. It looks like bad news. It's something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of magic spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell that says that it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub Colonel Sanders, it will probably help me focus better on the upcoming exam. Don't do it! Don't do it! That is way drastic. Why couldn't you do something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got... Oh, no. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and you've got a pretty good excuse to try it out. Cast the forbidden spell, don't do it. No, I'm not going to do it. I would rather fail out of this stupid school that only has 3 days in the semester than betray my Colonel Sanders. We're done beefing with Miriam, yeah, I guess so. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on. But I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches as he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry, reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you to never come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel hearing distance, he returns to Professor Tone. I apologize for outbursts. It reminds me of that episode of Malcolm in the Middle where Reese starts hanging out with a pack of dogs, and then he starts acting like them, and then when the mailman comes up to the house, he's just like, "Get out of here! This isn't your house! This is my house! What? I could be a normal adult, but I'd rather lobotomize myself. This actually brings up an important point. Excuse me. Thank you, Taco Bell, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. You think I want to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off your cool friends, Jeff and Joan, J&J, forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? But yeah, well, that doesn't make a great date. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You could hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panel, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep. Zzz. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Is it the KFC rat? Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker, considering that he himself has wheels and not feet. It's not entirely clear where it came from. Do you guys remember that it wasn't actually a rat, but it did look like it was like kind of rat-shaped? KFC rat. I'm gonna show it to you. So like there was this. Show it to you. Display. So yeah, it was like this a piece of chicken that looked like a rat. But it was just an oddly shaped piece of chicken. 'Cause they tested the meat and it wasn't rat DNA. It was bird DNA. But maybe that's what Clank made. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see the entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. We're gonna need some pallbearers. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam TM. Trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about the upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. You know how sometimes people have that one movie from their childhood that was like an awakening for them? I think Miriam's was the brave little toaster. Yeah. She went for the gender-neutral toaster. She's an objective sexual. Nothing wrong with that. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash that tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me like that in front of class, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure. So you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. You know that. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through the final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feelings along the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Actually I will. Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a branch big enough for both of us, and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank, or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person, so who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tear from her cheeks. You should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. Yeah, only if it's dog food. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. It better not be timed. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van and the supposed Man-Man. Van, the supposed Man-Man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through the quickest test of a recipe you've ever worked on. Taco Bell's famous chicken pot pie. But that's what Taco Bell is known for. It better be mac and cheese. No, it's pot pie. but I do like the pot pies. I actually like the pot pies even better. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Taco Bell, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just talking, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decided that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision is hard to get to stick when the timer goes off behind you. Best up about your practice dish. Okay, good. That was a good choice. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man who gets into fights with everybody that he works with. My neck. Leaning over the microphones hurts my neck. You knew it was a pot pie from the smell? I can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. Yeah, I have a whole freezer full of pot pies. Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie. With an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no, I can smell that it was made with heaping help of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. Oh god, I want to eat that. Did you know that KFC pot pies are made with chicken, like leftover chicken from that day? So that's why they normally, if you go to KFC like in the morning, they don't have them made. But they do have them at the end of the day. It's like an end of the day sort of thing. I learned that. I watched a YouTube video about it. It's like the leftover chicken that didn't get sold that day. Probably the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and you could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie. It's the mac and cheese that you wanted all this time, Devin. You've been practicing are just dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, go small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe with registered trademark fried chicken. The intensity of the room starts at full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Sure is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend's baster blaster. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops an open sea urchin. Let's rock and roid! Yep, he's definitely on roids. Sound like we're in an episode of Food Wars. Ashley scoops out her pastries out of the tray with a lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. She even acknowledges that she has a shallow personality. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. This is actually how kitchens be. Yeah, you call it. What's your special move, Devin? Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. As was foretold. Ugh, my neck. We mustn't let that happen. Or the appliance... I'm just gonna raise my microphone a little bit. We mustn't let that happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct... Van Ren quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the kitchen back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your disc, you notice Ashley's has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? A succulent Chinese meal. Devin's succulent Chinese meal! You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate to not see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Cast a spell. No, do it the hard way. We do it the honest way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? Passion is the strongest magic of all. Holy shit, they just put Clank in a body bag. I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Taco Bell. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Taco Bell, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time? I'm already done. I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. How dare you? It's the secret ingredient. Oh, God. Oh, no. She doesn't know you lied about the ingredient that was made up, and where in the world did she get an Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying... That was... Oh, man. Shouldn't have done that. The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards, and the watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve, what happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Gorko has the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty all right. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Ha. Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles into the pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup, back in the day of the old country, you can feel Spork Monster winding up to a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where it came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in Monster School that I had fallen asleep during Scare Tactics class, and when I woke up... So this guy is from the Monsters University universe, or Monsters Inc. You toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setbacks, you don't know how you could ever win. Give up and drop out of corners? Never. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange, and as culinary energy flows from your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Taco Bell, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that this power can that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because you were powering up your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, Taco Bell. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You have been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up. You're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect union? Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, Link. From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hey, I'm flying. It sounds like you're coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess. Did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. I wanted you to toss my salad. Looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing as how he didn't cook anything. It's not his fault. You should eliminate Van Van because he's assaulting another student. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank at UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. The system is rigged. Pranks. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, and other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. It leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. That's even shorter than my summer classes when I was in college. Those were like a month long. After days of hard work, the time comes for me to eat. He hasn't eaten in 3 days. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that teeny tiny Naruto maki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. She's gonna be hired by Barbie. Or Arietti. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of the pink dog's tongue into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, but it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with so much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Taco Bell, for helping me to believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Urgh. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in tongue first, but then he can't get past the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue! The professor appears to have an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. This is poking my tongue. This, well, 5. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount sympathy. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps to calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and concocted by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it was quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to eat it in any way. It's a very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food? At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Taco Bell? I told you to display it. I told you it's a display piece. No Sprinkles, you can't eat that much sugar, even though his name is Sprinkles. Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted it to be judged on eating, I'd go to College of Eating School for the Hungry. Ooh, burn. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted. But don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms out to rededicate herself to being the best. But this time without being shackled by trying to fake nice and being liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. It's mac and cheese with chicken in it. Would you eat that, Devin? Ashley's going to be a serial killer in the sequel. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in the kitchen, you give me this thing. And completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass. You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. You pass the class, you pass the class. Even the people I disqualified. And the child that's hanging up in the closet. I would eat the fuck out of it. Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van Van and Ashley are drawn by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on. How could there How could they be better than this one? And then everyone clapped. Now the school year of 3 days is complete, and everyone has graduated. The students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Doug's in the house! Oh, 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 oh! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation is clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. He was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh my god. So he played with our emotions by pretending to die of food poisoning this entire time. What an asshole. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He is totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name. Party Monster! He's still a monster, though. Bro, we didn't forget you. You're just toxic. He's just annoying. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up in talking to Sporky. Sorry, to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's going to do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef hat, a crown. I have to move this. There it is. You gotta crown the king. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, of course, it was nepotism. Oh, now I get it. Yeah, now I get it. It's nepotism. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention in honor of educating the son of the chancellor, such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electrical hissing. Uh-oh. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. And Nepo Baby and then the Mars Kid. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It seems clear that she's managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. The portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. Oh yeah, I want that food. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of chicken, and the man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, winner chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Taco Bell, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I was wondering, might you tell me what are the qualities you would expect to find in such a lucky person? On the top of my head, Oh, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tiny goatee, and a degree from University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, just to name a few. Copied and pasted, pulled mac and cheese. I know. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise opens up and is open up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be glad to spend it together with you, Taco Bell. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think that running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? Have you found a love connection? You found a love connection, but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as chef. Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing with him and his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? Well, I mean, they say you shouldn't shit where you eat, so I mean, maybe it's better that we're just his lover and not his business partner. But that's just asking for trouble. I suppose I could enroll as a at pastry school. Oh, my dear Taco Bell, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. Oh, and along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. Did we do it? Did we get the good ending? Or one of the good endings? I assume it's, oops, sorry. Yeah, I forgot it's like super loud. Just gotta skip through that. Well, that was quite a game. Wow. Well. I think we got the ending, but not the best ending. So what's the best ending? It was quite a journey. I'm kind of curious. I love you, Colonel Sanders. Best ending. Colonel Sanders condescends your career choice, and then you lived happily ever after. Okay, so the true good ending. I'll just probably open a combination KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut. Yeah, that sounds about right. And then we lived happily ever after. And then we decided not to shit where we eat. Well, that was a good game. And I'm actually surprised I played it longer than I was expecting to. With like visual novels, the amount of reading that there is, it can get kind of exhausting. But it was good. It was entertaining. So thank you, Devin, for recommending that to me. And we're officially at the end of the week. The next stream is going to be on Tuesday. I mentioned this before, that Devin, so Devin's going to be starting his fencing classes on Wednesday evening, so he's not going to be available to stream or watch stream on Wednesdays. So we're moving the Final Fantasy streams to Tuesdays, and then not this upcoming week, but starting the week after, I'm going to move my Zelda streams to Thursday, so it's going to be Final Fantasy X on Tuesdays and Zelda on Thursdays. But yeah, that's that. Tomorrow is movie night. We're watching The Truman Show. And, yeah. I'm hungry. I really want some KFC, but it's probably closed right now. I guess maybe I can make myself a pot pie, but I feel bad warming up the apartment with the oven. Oh, well. Yeah, well. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. Take care. I will see you tomorrow for movie night, and if not then, I will see you on Tuesday for Final Fantasy X. Take care.